strap in and get ready for After Hours with TC Restani. This is Abigail Harwich, executive producer, welcoming you to the show. And now, TC Restani!
Alrighty, welcome to the After Hours of TC Restani, the podcast. I am TC Restani, emanating from the palatial podcast penthouse, and I am joined by my esteemed entourage with Quincy Brisco, South Boston Jeff, and the one and the only Mr. Ricky Bittman.
Far out.
Unbelievable. Has everybody digested their hot dog?
That's a good question. I did, yeah.
Didn't take me long.
No, you sucked it down. For those of you who are listening, on our last exciting episode, we were planning the Hot Dog Hunt 2023 from a place that Ricky Bittman found out in Worcester, Massachusetts, known as George's Coney Island. And this past weekend, we trekked out there in the elements to get ourselves some unbelievable hot dogs. And I broke my vegan rule that day, and I actually sampled a hot dog because when in Rome.
Yeah, you can't pass that up.
You can't pass it up. Now, for the record, I think South Boston Jeff had the most hot dogs on that trip. What did you have, 3 or 4?
Yeah. Well, I had like about 3 at the Coney Island hot dogs, and then I had an additional one on the way home.
On the way, you just randomly went into place. Well,
that's great.
What you had? So you had 4 of them. So did you have any baked beans or anything?
Yeah, I tried the baked beans.
They were probably the greatest baked beans I've ever had in my entire
hands
life.
down. I mean, I will say I was a little disappointed because on all the videos I've seen, they serve them in a ceramic coffee mug. They were in kind of little paper cup, which is okay. They still tasted good, but I don't know, something about that. I was looking forward to eating them out of a mug.
I know, it's kind of like visiting your grandma when you're a kid.
Yeah, it was just something I was looking forward to.
What's wrong with the way they serve the hot dogs?
No, the beans. Remember the beans came in a little cup?
So what's wrong with that?
Well, they say all the videos I've seen, they've been putting them in these like nice ceramic coffee mugs, and I thought that was kind of cool.
I think Quincy prefers his beans out of a flashlight.
Oh, that's right. Yuck the hay.
What the hey?
Like Jimmy Pacaya.
Well, it was an unbelievable trip out there. I've been out to Worcester in quite a long period of time.
It's been a long time for me, too.
And Worcester is still its charming self. It's the central part of Massachusetts, and it's the second largest city in Massachusetts. But yeah, Worcester has a charm to it. You know why I like Worcester? Worcester looks the same as it did 40 years ago.
Yeah.
Boston has changed dramatically over the last 40 years.
Well, what do you find charming about Worcester?
Because it looks the same as it did when I was a kid.
TC doesn't like change.
No, I'm like the Brady Bunch. Like, I don't like when it's time to change. I don't like it. I don't like it. I like things to stay the same.
Yeah.
That's why we hang around with you, because you don't change.
You don't at all. We were just saying that before we went live. I said, I can't believe how old you are.
That's why we don't. That's why
What
we hang
needs
around.
changing is this screwed up world that we're living in. That's what needs it.
No question about that.
Right, and Bull's underwear needs to be changed. I'll vote on that.
You know, it's funny. I just while it's fresh in my mind, one of my associates, Benjamin Tobinowitz from Fort Lauderdale. He manages the ballroom at the Birch Towers.
Okay.
His son went to Holy Cross, and when he saw some posts on Facebook that I put there, he reminded me that that's where his son used to go all the time because he was a college student, didn't have much money. He ate just about every day at George's Coney Island.
Really?
He said, I haven't heard of that place since my son graduated. And he told me, he says, I can't believe it's still there. I said, not only is it still there, I don't think it's changed a bit.
And it was packed.
It was very busy, and I'm glad to see that.
Well, the best thing about that, I was just noticing, we got in and out. We got up there. I went in, got us a reserved table, and quickly. And then it's like we got our hot dogs. Like the timing could not have been any better.
People's heads were spinning. But you know what? We're celebrities, so that's why you were able to do that for us.
And here's the question I want to know. Me and Bittman were talking about this. Why do you want to get in and out of a place so quickly?
Yeah.
Well, that is the reason. Crowded. If you time it, then especially you save your appetite to go try a place out like this. This place here. Then you got to get up there, plan it, so you're timing it before the lunch crowd. Okay?
Don't you have to sit and relax and enjoy, soak in the atmosphere?
Quincy, we drove a whole hour to get out there, and you wanted to be out of there in 5 minutes.
Well, come on now. When did it...
What did you have to do that was so important after that place? Nothing.
No, but it's the principle of the whole thing. I thought it was pretty good that we beat the crowd. We went in, got our hot dogs.
We did. They keep it moving, too.
come on, you don't think it's aggravating that you go to a place and you have to wait in line?
We didn't have to wait, though.
You know what I'm known for? People, the guys that wait tables at the Kowloon hate me because you know what I do? Whenever I go in there, I stagger my meals, and it pisses them off because they want to bring everything out at once.
Right.
And I'm going to tell you something about the Kowloon. As much as I love the food, everything is made not necessarily fresh to order. It's going to come out quick. So I order an appetizer, and then I order another appetizer, and I order some drinks, and then I order a couple of main courses. I like to sit there and enjoy.
What do you mean stagger the meal?
What's that?
What do you mean by stagger the meal?
Just not everything come out at once. I like to enjoy it. I was sitting at the Kowloon. This is no lie. The tables around me, each one of them turned over 3 times while I was there. I was there for 2.5 hours.
Yeah, you're paying for it. You might as well enjoy
Yeah.
it. I mean, Quincy, we traveled all that way out there, and you sucked down those chili dogs in about 3 seconds.
Mm-hmm.
Well, hey, like I said, you save your appetite. If you know when you're going to a place like this, okay, well, the important thing is, like I said, not only do you get there early before the crowd, you get a reserved seat.
Get the hell out.
Then the other thing is, I asked about the chili, so it's like, is most important thing? Well, and so it's like, yeah, all right, look, you can have a taste of this chili, make sure it's not too hot.
You know
That's
that
just what I
woman you
did.
asked? The woman you asked, she owns the place.
Oh,
Her
yeah?
grandfather opened that place. That was Catherine herself who gave you the sample of the chili.
Well, it's important, because if you're doing a thing like chili dogs, well, you can't have the chili too spicy, because if you do, what if not everyone likes spicy chili dogs?
You're right.
Then it was such a deal that I decided, I got for dessert to go with the root beer and chili dogs was a table talk eclair pie. Now, you can't beat that for a sawbuck,
Table talk pies. When's the last time you saw those little mini table talk pies?
Saturday.
Yeah, gorgeous.
Other than
They had a promotion this week. Any kid that can go in and recite a number with, I'm not a mathematician, with pi in it, because pi is around this time of year.
it's the 14th of March.
Okay, so that's
And then-
Pi Day.
Right.
Now, but any kid that can come in gets the free table talk pie if he can recite a number with pi in it.
And then
What's a number with pi in it?
a number with pie.
314? Would that be, is that too
The only
easy?
pie I know is from Revenge of the Nerds. Hail pie.
I just watched that the other day.
And not only do you get like the chili dogs, but they had an old school jukebox that gives it that look, of
It
a
was
place.
a Rockola. It had the little water tubes in it and everything. It was a very nice jukebox.
And they're doing something right to have that place running like it's doing all this time.
And you can see the video of your trip out there on our YouTube channel, which is youtube.com/AfterHoursTC. Now, Quincy, you were the first one to go up to the counter. You ran up to the counter to get your chili dogs.
That's right.
But you said something to the woman who owns the place, something about a sale on hot dogs.
Well, like someone told me before I went in there, it's like, good, I'll take a sale. Like, you got to. Right now, just at this moment, I'm always looking for deals. Like, yeah, as a matter of fact, you can get 2 chili dogs for like,
But she had no idea what you were talking about. She kept saying, there's no sale on the hot dogs.
well, someone told me there was. So it's like, good, I'll take it.
But there wasn't any sale on the hot dogs.
There was a special. That's how they call it in restaurant talk. And I think that day
all
there
right,
was a
well-
special. There was a special that day.
Okay.
Because like someone did a
But
little,
she should have just told him that.
someone like did a little bit of like research. I was like, good, I'll take it. You're going all the way up there, so might as well like get a deal, and then the top off the table talk pie. It's like,
Well, you did get a deal, Quincy. When was the last time you bought a hot dog at Fenway Park?
Oh,
never,
boy.
never.
Good point, Jeff.
Yeah.
Fenway Park. If you ask me, you're gonna.
We're talking about an $8 hot dog there.
I was gonna say now,
So
an $8
you got a
hot
deal.
dog and a drink about this size, and the drink is gonna be like $7, $5 to $7 for a drink. A bag of like potato chips or peanuts, whatever, like they always do at these sporting events. You're gonna pay $4 for the bag of peanuts. So what is that?
So you during the whole day, it was under $20 that you spent
Yeah.
at George's Coney Island, and you were full.
That's right. Hey, you couldn't ask for a better road trip because it had music, some old school music.
Yeah.
It had the chili dogs. We beat the crowd. I think the road trip, just the way we timed it, we were the voice ones in there, in and out, before it got crowded. Because when I went to go look at the paintings, then I asked someone, like, I guess they had someone do the paintings, and it took them a while. Because a place like that, you need paintings, and because they give it that look.
And the footwear.
And the footwear. And so that's another thing. 'Cause I was like, what's with all the footwear? And it's like, with the shirts and everything up there, it's like, it's what they do. So, someone had the idea of like, that people will actually go in there and buy that. It's like,
Didn't you say that those shoes belong to somebody that used to eat there or something like that?
yeah, I just forgot who.
We didn't get the full story on those shoes.
We'll have to go back.
But it struck my curiosity, so you know what? Might as well have some fun. Go look at the paintings and go ask them, where did all this come from?
You know, talk about looking around. I don't know if anybody look on the other side of that bar that's on the other side?
I saw the barfly sitting over there.
Yeah, there was some serious, like, old-time barflies, Tom English-style barflies, like you'd get, and they go in the daytime and they bet on Price is Right. They do. They sit there in the morning and they bet on the Price is Right, and that's what it looked like. And they weren't eating hot dogs. They were just sitting there drinking the beer.
Right, at 11:30 in the morning.
Yeah.
Now, Jeff, what kind of condiments did you have on your hot dogs?
I had I tried their 2 of their chili dogs, and I had like a couple of the hot dogs with just regular fried onions and ketchup and mustard. But it was pretty cool. But I can see why that's a pretty cool place, because we don't make it out to Worcester all that often. Ever since they stopped doing the Rock and Shock, I mean, you go out to Worcester to hit a concert at the Centrum, which is now the DCU Center, but there isn't much in the town of Worcester anymore. But that place is like a good place to stop. It would probably be a good place to stop in after a show or a hockey game. You know, have a couple of hot dogs, and I don't know what time they were open, but it was the whole experience was just great. Yeah, the place is a jewel.
They got to be doing something right. They've been there for over 100 years.
100 years, and I've been to Worcester twice before that. Once was to see U2 on the Unforgettable Fire tour, and once was to see Morton Downey Jr., both at the Centrum. And Morton was at the Worcester Memorial Hall.
Worcester Memorial Auditorium.
U2 was at the Centrum, and I didn't know that George's was there, and it would have been a great place to go because we would have had some hot dogs.
It was literally right down the street.
And I think back in the day, it used to be open much later. But now she closes, I think, at 8 o'clock or 10 o'clock. Or something.
Yeah, I think they roll up the sidewalks in Worcester.
Yeah, early.
Pretty early. I mean, it was kind of a ghost town when we were there. What, Quincy?
What was
the sidewalks?
what were you looking at?
What do you mean? What am I looking at?
Another restaurant, or do you like?
No, I said they roll up the sidewalks in Worcester because it's kind of quiet and dead.
What do you mean roll up the sidewalks?
It's in a figure of speech. It means that no one's out there to walk on the sidewalk, so they roll them up.
I never really heard of the.
Well, there you go. Now you've heard of it. There's a first for everything. Because of this trip, you've heard the expression "rolled up the sidewalks."
Yeah, it means something completely different on my podcast.
I would think that means like the lines are coming out the door by rolling up the sidewalks.
There was no.
I thought it was a hot dog roll up the sidewalks.
You can't really roll up a sidewalk.
Yeah, sure you can. You can roll up anything.
Yeah, if you're gonna do that, you have to get a jackhammer. Okay, Nate, that's how you roll up a sidewalk.
Well, there you go. You just answered your own question.
Yeah, but
next time you see a bunch of guys doing construction, say, "What are you guys doing? Rolling up the sidewalks?"
yeah, I'm gonna use that line on somebody.
All right, good.
Have some fun, and then.
All right, so that is one of our hunts down in the history books. Mm-hmm. We will definitely be making a return to George's Coney Island.
I think so.
Maybe a once a year type of deal.
Maybe we bring some listeners, some viewers.
I know when I did my other podcast earlier this week, and I mentioned it to Abby, the executive producer of Everything Restani Productions, and she says, if you're ever going on a seafood hunt, count me in.
Oh, nice. Plenty of seafood places. Sullivan's, I think, that's it.
That's a close one.
Yeah.
The Bark and Crab, that's another...
the Bark and Crab, that's a great place. I forgot about
Where's
that
the Bark and Crab?
Downtown.
It's kind of near the Children's Museum.
Yeah, the Sea Point.
Oh, so it's over by the big milk thing?
Yeah.
It's over by there.
Near the Tea Party ship.
By the Tea Party, the Boston Tea Party. All right, well, you know what? We have plenty of choices for seafood.
True. One of the best meals I ever had was at the Bark and Crab, and I keep forgetting about that place.
Bark and Crab.
Yeah, that's what they call it.
Was
just the name.
It's the name of it. Like your name's Quincy. The name of this place is the Bark and Crab.
Yeah.
Seriously, Quincy, what's wrong with you tonight?
He's very literal tonight. Very literal.
Yeah. What's with all the questions? I know you're a detective on your Batcast show, but what's with all the questions?
I don't know. It's a new name. It's a very mysterious name.
It's very mysterious.
Well, there you go. That strikes the curiosity of the detective. A community police detective. Come on, it's like,
right.
wait a minute now, what is this now? The barking crab, it's like,
Okay.
so it's like, maybe I'll go, it's worthy to go up there and try something. But if it isn't, so.
Are you sure you only had chili on those hot dogs?
Just plain chili.
Okay, just making sure. No,
And the chili wasn't too hot, and then,
no paint chips or anything fell into it, right?
nope.
Okay, I'm just checking.
No, but,
I ordered a dog with the works.
You did. Now, what was the work?
Well,
The works is the chili sauce, onions, celery salt, and mayonnaise.
Oh my goodness!
Celery
and onions.
salsa.
And onions,
You
too.
want my cardiologist's phone number?
Yeah. Oh, my God. It was so good. It was so good.
I had a dog with onions and mustard.
Yeah.
And it was great. But
See, I did 2 onion mustard and 1 works.
but the baked beans in this place,
you
I
go.
am not a fan of baked beans. These, I'd go
were
back
good.
just for the baked beans themselves.
And the pickle.
The giant pickle.
$1.50, we all ate the pickle together. There was
sounds like a movie.
cucumber. Yeah, we all ate the
But coming from Boston, considering myself a aficionado on Boston baked beans and stuff like that, I would have to say these are the best. These Coney Island beans are some of the best.
Yeah, Worcester has the best baked beans. Forget Boston.
Yeah.
I think Worcester should be known as Beantown.
I can't name a place in Boston where I've gotten good baked beans. Like,
and,
I
and
really
these were
just-
sweet, really sweet.
Yeah, there was
beans.
something in there.
It was kind of like the baked bean version of the Newbridge salad dressing.
Ah, there you go.
It was. I mean, literally, if we go back there, I'm not getting a hot dog. They were great.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I'm getting
No.
a double order of the baked beans.
I don't
but
blame you.
But that trip home, though,
Well,
you know what?
God, nature takes its
the
course.
plumbing worked. Let's just put it that way.
Plumbing.
It's the musical fruit, Quincy.
The more you eat them, the more you toot.
Yeah.
The more you toot, the better you feel. Better go get yourself another Coney Island bean meal. All right, so let's talk about where we're going to go on our next hunt. We have a lot of plethora of information and places to go. Where do you think we should go?
Well, while we were out at Coney Island hot dogs, we saw the. I showed you the menu for this is a place where you can get the best Philly cheesesteak in the world.
yeah,
There's
yeah.
also, I forget the name of it, but this is the type of place where we're all going to have to go and get a big sub, and we're all going to have to trade pieces of it because there was one sub sandwich called the poo-poo platter, and all it is like Chinese appetizers within a sub. And I've never heard of such a thing, and can't even imagine it until I see it and taste it. But
You mean
Ziggy's.
subs and Chinese food?
yes, Ziggy's Submarines.
Ziggy's Bombs.
Ziggy's
Was that in
bombs.
Worcester?
Yep.
Oh,
Because I remember you telling me about that, and I made a note of it, and I couldn't remember, so I just searched Worcester steak and cheese, and it came right up.
Ziggy's.
Ziggy's Bombs.
only Ziggy's
Piggy,
bombs.
Ziggy Piggy.
Let me see, because I remember looking at that menu, too. Where is it? Because Jeff was telling me about this. I want to read that poo-poo platter menu. Okay. Where the heck is it? Oh, The poo-poo platter, shaved steak, sautéed onions, roasted red peppers, Monterey Jack cheese, Chinese chicken fingers, boneless spare ribs, crab rangoon topped with duck sauce.
All in a sub. What do you think of that, Quincy?
Oh,
So Jeff gets that,
yeah. I won't be sampling that one.
and then, I don't know, I might go with the Zig Mac, shaved steak, sautéed onions, roasted red peppers, American cheese, lettuce, tomatoes, pickles, and topped with Thousand Island dressing. So it's like a Big Mac, but the Zig Mac steak and cheese.
Okay. Well, I'll have to check out that menu. I highly doubt there's anything on there that I can eat other than probably
Nothing.
French fries or onion rings.
Boom boom strings, they call them.
Boom boom strings.
Yep. Bomb fries, bacon cheddar fries, and nacho bomb. Unbelievable. Jeff, how did you find this place?
No, well, my dealer recommended it to me.
There you go, see?
And they know their food.
They definitely
they know
do.
their munchies.
Let's see what it says for hours. They're open late, too. Thursday through Saturday to 12 a.m. They're closed on Sundays, Monday through Wednesday, 11 to 10 p.m. So we got all day to get up there.
All right. So sometime over the summer, we'll have
That's-
to make a return trip to Worcester.
That's definitely on the list.
Ziggy's.
Ziggy's. But I think we should do either a seafood one or a pizza joint next.
Yep. Okay, now, pizza. The Linwood Cafe in Randolph. Now, the Linwood Cafe serves what is known as the New England bar pie style pizza. It's like I think it's a 12-inch personal pizza.
Is it round?
Yeah.
Okay.
And there's just something about it. It makes it different from a lot of other pieces. The crust is just it's like a cracker crust almost. And I don't know what they do, but they are consistently voted the best bar pie in New England.
Cracker crust.
It's just a term. It's just, don't think of saltines with pizza on it. Trust me, you would really like it. I would be surprised if you didn't. And all they serve is pizza. And they have a full bar and soda, and I think you can get bags of chips, but that's it. Nothing else. No fries, no wings, nothing. Just pizza pies.
All right. Well, I think let's all vote on that. All in favor of going to what's the name of it?
Linwood Cafe in Randolph, Massachusetts.
All in favor, say aye. Aye. All opposed?
Me.
I guess. Or maybe one day we'll try it. Yeah. Why?
You get a nice little pepperoni pizza.
Where do you had pepperoni pizza tonight? So how can you say you don't want to go?
I guess. What do you mean by? Well, I guess the only way to find out what they mean by crusty crust is
I know if I said that, this was going to be a pain in his ass.
Well, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to have something on my pizza that I've never tried before in my life.
What's that? Weed?
Anchovies.
Oh.
I've never had an anchovy before.
they're supposed to be very
How can I just say that I don't like them or not until I try them?
Well, isn't that the Peter Wolf song? No anchovies,
please.
Do they have it by the
Bowling
slices?
ball. No, they do not sell slices of pizza.
Then no, I don't know if I can.
Listen, the pizza is small. It's about the size of two slices of regular size pizza.
You cheap bastard. People say, I'm cheap.
Yeah.
Listen to you over there. Oh, no, I can't go if they don't serve it in slices.
Trust me, you'll like it. Trust me.
If we all pitch in, will you go?
All right.
All right, I knew that. I knew, yeah. You sure your last name isn't Montana?
You're right there. I'm thinking you're just a fussy eater.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, come on. Aren't you a fussy eater?
Yeah, but I'm not as cheap as you are, Montana, too. Electric Boogaloo.
I think a fussy eater is just a euphemism for pain in the ass.
Mm-hmm. What are you talking about? This is the second time this week he came up, but that's a different story for a different podcast. But speaking of that, I want to make publicly, we announced it, Abby and I, on our other podcast, that Mr. Ricky Bittman has been named as the permanent co-host of After Hours with TC Restani when we return to television in May. Let's hear it up.
All right.
Wow,
For Ricky Bittman over there.
I've got big shoes to fill, and I'll do the best I can. That's all I can say.
At least the couch won't be falling apart.
Well, I'm getting up there, but I mean, I got a long way to go to reach Bull's stature.
Remember the old couch we used to have?
Yes,
we had
I
the
do.
planks
Very
of
well.
wood underneath.
Very, very well. I remember
down
that.
on his end.
Yes.
It was.
I used to have to help him get up.
We had to jack him up to get that down in there. Well, the Colonel is now Aunt Petunia's problem, not mine anymore. So, you hired him.
It's like a weight's been lifted. No pun intended.
No pun intended. It's like that movie What About Bob? You know, when he finally went away from one shrink to the other, and they all had potties. That's how I feel now. I love the Colonel. Don't get me wrong.
Everybody does.
But you know what? After 20 years of dealing with him on the program, he's now, Aunt Petunia wants to be a big TV star. She wants to be the other big Restani TV star. He's all yours.
He's a bodyguard. Now, they're both single, too, right?
You know what? They kind of had a fling out at the damp napkin many years ago.
I remember that, yeah.
Yeah, I was just a wee lad. You were out there tooling around doing your your shtick. And do you have any Colonel and I almost said Abby and Aunt Petunia stories?
I remember one night that Buddy Hackett was taking a shine to Aunt Petunia, and Colonel saw it from backstage.
People used to say that Bull looked like Buddy Hackett.
That's what I think. I think he's like, what's the deal? Half of one. What are they? Half a dozen of one, 6 of one, half a dozen of another. That type of thing. And you know what? Excuse me, Colonel Bull. You know how we solved the problem?
No.
Sugar bowl right across the nose. He flung it at Buddy Hackett, took him right out, split his nose.
Is that what happened to his nose, Buddy Hackett's? That's why it's so big?
Yeah, and that's a term the Colonel kind of uses now when he's really pissed.
Sugar bowl.
Sugar bowl across the nose.
Well, I'll have to ask him that next time I see him. But, you see, like I said, for those of you who don't know what we're talking about, my uncle owned a really dingy club on the outskirts of Las Vegas. It was nowhere near the Strip. This is where the has-beens and the never heard of
The beautifully dingy.
performed out there. And I used to spend summers out there when I was a wee lad out in Vegas. That's where I met the Colonel. That's where I met you. And kind of that's where I was really introduced to my Aunt Petunia out there at the old Damp Napkin. But I like I said, was only out there for summers, and I couldn't go out on the floor because I wasn't of age. So I had to stay in my uncle's office, and he had a closed circuit TV system in there so I could see what was going on out there. And that's why I became fascinated with talk shows, because on top of his old rickety file cabinet was this really old black and white TV with tinfoil, and that's how I used to watch Johnny Carson as a kid out there when I wasn't staying with my grandparents. So any stories of the Damp Napkin out there? I mean, I know that's where you got your start.
You know, the funny thing is that's where I did my first stand-up was out on the Damn Napkin. And Aunt Petunia used to vet the comedians. So you have to audition for her. And she was eating, what was it, noodle-o soup. I remember out of a styrofoam cup as I was up there doing my
Like
acting.
ramen?
Yeah, but they're back. Remember Lipton Noodle-O's?
Lipton Noodle-O's.
Oh,
exactly.
yeah.
That's
I
what
knew
she
Jeff
was
would
eating.
know those.
Yeah, she was eating that, and she was dipping cheese tidbits, those crackers, into the soup. And she wasn't listening to a word I said. And when I went down, I said, "So?" And she goes, "You should get a puppet." That's all she said to me. So then I went away and came back as Ricky Bittman, and all bets were off.
Really?
I just rewrote myself, reinvented myself. She didn't tell me to get no puppet either.
Really? Well, maybe Jeff took that advice. I heard you just got a puppet.
Yes, I did. Yeah. It's
a game changer.
Yeah, it's a game changer, and it's going to become a very big part of the Restani Productions.
Yeah,
over here.
I wasn't in on this meeting. I heard you and Abby and some of the higher ups. You're going to be doing a puppet show with Quincy?
Yep. I don't want to let too many cats out of the bag, but it's going to be something else. And
Wait,
put
those cats in the bag.
I was kicking around one idea, but then he came up with another idea. But it's like, then we'll do it. You know.
See, I miss these things when I don't go to these meetings.
Well, see, you miss out.
Well, like I said, we won't give it away or let the cats out of the bag. But
we were talking about how a good idea it must be. So I went on Google and bought myself a puppet for under $100. It's a one-of-a-kind piece, and he seems like he's going to be a very cool addition.
Has this puppet have a name?
Yes, I call him Rudy. Rudy Walker.
Rudy Walker.
Rudy Walker.
Rudy Walker and Quincy Brisco.
You ever hear that song, Message to You, Rudy? Message to You, Rudy?
No, I've never heard that.
That's a good one.
Is that on the jukebox?
Yeah, actually, I did play it on there.
Fantastic. I'm looking forward to this puppet show. I mean, I don't know what the name of this is, and I'll find out when you guys are going to start producing it. But there you go. Breaking news here on the After Hours with TC on the podcast. A new Restani production coming down the pike with the puppet and Quincy.
there you go. Like I said, we're always looking to try something new and original and different. Well, that's new, original, and different. So we'll try it, and see how it works, right? Because we're always looking for material, right? So, well, here's some good. Well, let's see if it's good material. We'll try it.
If it has you two in it, it's going to be outstanding. It's going to be unbelievable because it comes from the minds of clouded conversations. Comes the unnamed puppet show with Quincy and South Boston Jeff. I can't wait for it, and we will give you all the details when we get them. But getting back to the Damp Napkin, Ricky, it's fascinating. It's a part of my childhood that I kind of remember but don't really remember. And you were out there for, it seems like you were out there forever.
Yeah.
And other than Buddy Hackett and Bull's altercation, can you remember anything else interesting that happened out there?
Well, I remember Foster Brooks used to perform out there, but he used to perform sober.
Oh, who cares?
Hey, well, exactly.
Did he have his glasses?
Yeah, no, he just would come out and he'd be very, the other day I was walking to the store and this happened, that type of thing. And then he'd go on Carson and he'd be
drunk.
He'd be the Foster Brooks we know and love. So go figure that out.
Was it a contract thing? We can only do that shtick at a certain, like if you're on Carson, do it, but if you got the Damp Napkin, you just regular old sober Foster Brooks?
The thing to remember was everything you saw on television or on the main stages, you would see almost the opposite at the Damn Napkin.
Okay.
So
All
it's
right.
not like
Mason Reese would come out.
Oh, no.
And he would work so blue, it wasn't even funny. He would talk about sawing prostitutes in half and, kidnapping people and leaving them in their basement. He'd bury guys up to their neck and kick their heads
The
off.
Devil Ham Kid.
Is that supposed to be a good name or so-and-so? The Damp Napkin. Like, What kind of?
That is the name of the club.
Well, you're not far off because he was banging some like wannabe porn star not too long ago.
Yeah, see, there you go. It all starts there.
And because I saw them at Chiller.
No, I'm talking. He was a kid too.
He was it right off the Devil Ham tour?
He was a young kid
And
sawing people in half and everything.
see, I wasn't famous enough then to get on the floor, obviously, but Mason Reese did.
Yeah, I wish I could. He had a little child like me, sort of me.
He kind of looked like Mason Reese. Kind of looked like the love child of Wildor and the Jackal.
Did you say Gwildor?
The other thing from He-Man.
From the He-Man movie?
Yeah,
Oh,
he-
yeah. That was
Just imagine that him and our friend the Jackal had a
that was
kid.
Billy Barty playing Gwildor.
That would be,
The late, great Billy Barty as Gwildor. But I just wanted to throw that in.
wow. So Mason Reese.
Billy Barty used to keep his blood in the freezer at the damn napkin.
See, wow, I missed all of this stuff.
Yeah, there's a lot of stuff going on.
Oh, now why did he keep his blood in the freezer?
He
there?
said it was his blood. He'll keep it where he wants. And Charles Nelson Riley used to come in and slide his feet into empty Kleenex boxes and shuffle around. And he talked about he had a mad crush on Butch Patrick.
from Lidsville.
Yeah. They work together.
Well, Butch Patrick's
Okay.
coming to town. Maybe we can ask
Yeah.
him about that.
Oh, he loves to talk about Charles Nelson Riley.
I'll have to say that Billy Barty is my favorite dwarf actor, whoever. He's been in
definitely.
so many good movies. And you know who he hated in real life was Hervé Villechaize.
Wow.
They couldn't stand each other in real life because
was he taller than him or something?
no, Hervé Villechaize. Well, not only was he a pretty bad alcoholic, but he was really into calling himself a midget. So he would get T-shirts made up that say stuff like the Macho Midget,
Yeah, that's
and
right.
the Disco Midget, and of course, and Billy Barty, he was the president of the Little People's Association of America. He's also an agent, and he was against everything that Billy Barty stood for, and they even had a fist fight one time.
Oh, I would have paid to have seen that.
Yeah, they had a fist fight outside of the. James Bond, one of the James Bond movies that Hervé Villechaize was in.
Oh, yeah. I used to know
Diamonds
that.
Are Forever, maybe?
That could be it.
Wow. Things you find out on this podcast.
Hervé Villechaize used to come in a damn napkin and drag.
Did he?
Yeah, he used this whole persona of Cookie Puss, he called himself.
Cookie Puss. Wasn't that the name of a cake at Carvel?
Carvel, that's where I think the Carvel guy stole it.
store. I miss Mr. Don Carvel.
Oh, those are good.
Mr. Carvel.
Nothing wrong with a Carvel cake.
That's a name I haven't heard. Wow, Carvel ice creams.
See?
You know what? You need to do a memoir of this place.
Yeah.
I mean, I think
Well, he used to sashay in. He had these little silk dresses on and like Hawaiian lace. And he's just speaking in real high French voice like that.
he didn't say the plane, did he?
No, he said other things.
Stuff we can't say on the air.
We got admonished earlier. You don't want to hear what he said. But the funny thing was he'd leave the mustache on, even though he was supposed to be a girl.
Ricardo didn't come in with him, did he?
No.
No, he wouldn't. No. Ricardo was a gentleman. He wasn't hanging around the damp napkin with Hervé Villechaize and drag.
Quite the place.
You and I have to sit down and talk about this. This is my family history, and I wasn't around for this because I was too young.
Paul Lynn used to come in with the most beautiful cheerleaders, too. I mean, like I said, everything was kind of the opposite at the napkin.
Wow,
Isn't she a looker?
I'll buy that for $1.
Look at the legs on this one.
Did you ever see his bootleg Halloween special?
Oh, that's bootleg. That's one of the best things in the world. I got it on DVD. I watch it every Halloween.
He died of a heart attack. That guy.
He did, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, he was a very talented man, Paul Lynn.
Yeah, very tragic life. I mean,
Other than the Center Square and, of course, Bewitched, he was a very talented guy.
he's very anti-Semitic. He felt that the Jews in Hollywood were really keeping his career at bay for some reason, and he would voice that opinion when he got drunk.
Speaking of voices, he voiced some of my favorite cartoon characters
yeah.
of Hanna-Barbera. He was the voice of the Hooded Claw on Penelope Pitstop in the wacky. I'm gonna get that Penelope Pitstop. I mean, he was just a perfect voice.
He really was, and he was the rat in Charlotte's Web.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
Look at this. The thing, like I said, I come here to learn stuff. Do
Do you know what happened to him though? This is a true story. He was in love with we all know the story. We know
right. He was
we know
gay.
played
what
for the
side of
pink
the plate.
team.
Exactly. We know what side of the plate he batted from. It's no secret. And he had a younger significant other, And this guy they were getting ready to go out one night, and the guy was sitting, waiting for him, and there was an L.A., I guess, high-rise or whatever, and he was sitting on the windowsill, and he accidentally leaned back, and he fell out to his death.
Really?
Right in front of Paul Lynde. He saw him just gone. And his life went gradually downhill from there.
I can imagine so.
Oh, man, that's a pretty tragic way to lose somebody.
Yeah, he was very devastated. A lot of people don't know that story. I mean, he's very talented, very quick-witted. I mean, a lot of great, just a great quick wit and very talented.
Was the Hollywood Squares scripted, or was that all ad-lib?
They were, but I mean, some of them weren't, some of them were.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, he's affected the lives of everybody positively, Paul Lynde has. I mean, Quincy, you're a Bewitched fan, right?
Sure, some of those were
Then
good.
you're a Paul Lynde fan. That's how it goes. Because he was Uncle Arthur on Bewitched.
Because, the thing about Bewitched was, she had all good intentions, always tried to help someone, but I don't know how come, he was against, using witchcraft and all the time. It's like, what's wrong with it? If you have a gift, something like that, then use it.
Who was against her witchcraft?
Darren, the husband, right?
Oh, yeah. Well, I think I'll clear that up. All witchcraft is of the devil. That's probably it.
You have a gift, it's not the devil. Come on, now.
All witchcraft is devil work.
It is not. What makes you think witchcraft is devil work?
Because it is.
The fact that it is.
Because Paul Lynde said so.
It's the work of the devil.
It is not. What about Halloween? Witches and goblins? It's not for real. It's just clean-cut fun on Halloween. They have witches. They have there's other goblins. So what about
like if you were in the Clash of the Titans and everything, would you hang out with those 3 Stygian witches, the ones who passed around the eye?
The eye! Give us back the eye!
They haven't been sent to me, or I haven't been sent to them.
Well,
They just got a bad break, right?
Let's just say you won't be mixing up any batches to these Stygian witches. Let's put it that way. Well, maybe you would. I don't know, but
There's somebody for everyone.
I'd mix up a batch or 2 to Elizabeth Montgomery, maybe.
Yeah.
now, here's one of the things. Why did people think that Bewitched and I Dream a Genie were the same show? One was a genie and one was a witch.
Yeah.
Because they're both magic.
Okay, they had magical powers, but I hate when people make that comparison because they're not the same show.
No.
Well, they wanted to do that. Someone who's running the TV shows, so someone came up with the idea to have those at the same time, like whoever's running.
Right, I can understand competition. I understand, but when people say, "Oh, Bewitched and I Dream a Genie were the same show," no, they weren't.
Samantha was a housewife. Jeannie was a girlfriend.
She was
Of an astronaut.
Huh?
Of an astronaut.
Right. But I'm just saying, though.
J.R. Ewing.
Yeah.
I Dream of Jeannie had so many more possibilities.
Right. Let's just
Like
put it-
what? They both have magic powers. So why would you think that the genie has more powers than the witch?
Because her outfit was more see-through.
Yeah.
I
mean, honest to God.
Can you, do you know do you know of a famous cartoon character? One of your most favorite cartoon characters had do you remember when Samantha from Bewitched made an appearance on a famous cartoon?
Of course I do. The Flintstones.
Flintstones, that's right.
Of course.
Was she Samantha on it?
Yeah.
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 Wow, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Of course. And then the thing is, they wanted to, the husbands wanted to show them wives out that they're better campers. And of course, when Samantha got involved, they showed off the husbands, and then, they even caught fish, but of course she used their magic powers to catch the fish.
Yeah,
that
was pretty much the presence of the show. They wanted to, Fred and Barney took the girls out camping. It was right during the time when, Samantha moved in next door temporarily. Mm-hmm. But all the girls came up camping, and Fred and Barney wanted to show off and say that they can do everything. But not until Samantha started wiggling her nose. And
will go.
counting all the magic spells.
When they had plenty of milk. What'd you have to wreck the milk bottles for?
Oh, that must have been a sore subject for you.
Yeah, it was. I should have sent me that milk. I would have drank the milk. And
What was the cartoon that had the 2 teenagers and the male genie, the fat male genie?
Babu or something was the name of the. Oh, I was just talking about this.
That was wasn't it the Arabian Nights?
Yes, it was.
No, the Arabian Nights had the big.
Yeah, he looked like Abdullah the Butcher.
The size of an elephant, he would say.
Yeah,
Turn into an elephant.
there was a genie, and his actual voice was one of the Three Stooges.
Joe Besser.
Joe Besser.
Yeah, and he
yes,
said,
yes.
Is that-
Yapple Dapple.
Yapple Dapple.
Yapple Dapple.
There we go. There we go.
But was that Arabian Nights?
Yes.
Was it really?
Yeah. He was Babu.
No, see, I got to look that up.
He was
Yapple. I'm going to Google Yapple Dapple.
Yapple
Yapple Dapple.
Not so hard.
Who you think you're
that
talking to here?
hurts.
Come on, you're talking to Hanna-Barbera's love child down at the end of the table.
It's my own edification.
Yeah, I think it was the Arabian Nights.
But I remember there was also a genie that would go size of an elephant, and he would turn into an elephant.
Okay, well, maybe we're getting our genies mixed up here.
Yapple Dapple, of course, there it is, but it doesn't say what show it's from. He was Babu, is a character on Genie. He is Genie's apprentice. Whenever he says Yapple Dapple, Babu's magic tends to go wrong in unexpected ways. So the name of the show was Genie.
Okay, I thought it was the Arabian Nights.
Genie
That's
cartoon.
like from the Blast Place, right? Da, 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 da. No,
Yeah,
that's
because
the
the
Three
Arabian Nights was more serious, I think.
Okay,
That's the
yeah.
Three Musketeers team.
Right, yeah, it was like, yeah, you're right. The Arabian Nights was kind of like the Three Musketeers on Banana Splits.
Da, 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 da.
This is an inside joke, but doesn't Babu look like Victor from down the street?
He does. Poor Victor. I'm going to say that next time I see him. I'm going to slow down and go, Yapple Dapple.
What if you started?
He'll instantly stop blading.
What if you started to float when he said that?
He's sitting on a rug. Yapple Dapple.
God bless Joe Besser. I mean,
Yeah.
a lot of people didn't like to accept him as a stooge, but he's done plenty of work to
That could be a
to grow.
whole episode. I hate when people say I hate Joe Besser. My wife, my wife.
Hello. Hello.
Tosh Lent gave me the Three Stooges collection, and I watched them all. And you know what? He's part of the fabric, the woven tapestry that is the Three Stooges. You can't say you hate Joe Besser and say you love the Three Stooges. It's impossible.
Right.
He's part of it.
A Plumbing We Will Go is one of their best ones.
That's a curly.
Why
And he was
you-
also on the Albert and Costello show. He was Stinky. He wore that little Lord Fauntleroy outfit.
Oh, I'm still laughing at Victor. If everyone out there knew what we were talking about, you'd be laughing your ass off right now, too.
Yapple Dapple.
Oh, my God.
We should all, every time we see him, we should all say it. Then more than one person starts saying it.
He'd be like, why are they saying Yabba Dabba to me?
Be like,
Because they're a genie.
Maybe Victor is a genie.
you should start saying Yapple Dapple.
Yapple Dapple. We'll have to look up some homework if I'm going to do this.
I think you should just every time we go into one of these places for the hunts,
Yeah.
just walk in and just scream Yapple Dapple.
Yeah, as soon as you walk in the door, so they know we're there.
You know what? Maybe that could be the name of our clique. We could be like, you know how they have improv troops, they name themselves? We could be the Yapple Dapple
The
Gang.
Yapple Dapple Gang.
That's it. All right. All in favor of calling ourselves the Yapple Dapple Gang when we go on these
the
hunts?
Yapple Dapple Bunch.
The Apple Dapple Bunch.
There we go. The Yapple Dapple Bunch. Are you for that, Quincy, or not?
Why not?
All
Because
right.
I have the guts to go walk into a door and 2
You
seconds
do.
later go Yapple Dapple. And,
Hashtag Yapple Dapple Bunch.
Now, didn't you overhear somebody who looked at me in my coonskin hat? What did he say?
Oh, yeah. As we got into the place and settled down in our boots that Quincy got for us, some guy walked by and he goes, honey, that guy looks just like Daniel Boone.
Daniel Boone meets John Waters.
Well, I mean, we all stand out when we go into places because we are the Yapple Dapple Bunch.
Yeah.
But it was kind of funny just to see this guy. You could tell he was a townie.
Oh, yeah.
And he was probably in there every Saturday eating hot dogs with his wife for the last 50 years. And he wasn't rude or anything.
No.
He
I
just
mean,
walked
it's
by
a-
and he goes, honey, that guy looks just like Daniel Boone.
The coonskin hat, you know, I like I said, I just don't want to dye my hair anymore.
Hey, and it was kind of cold
It was
that
the
day.
perfect hat for that day. It was the perfect. If you look at the clip, you could see the
Right.
the
you
fur
can,
blowing in the wind.
Whiz out there. Quincy, you ever wear a hat like that? You think you'd wear a hat like the coonskin hat?
no.
I'm trying to bring it back in a big way.
I don't wear hats that often, only if I really have to, because
Who played Daniel Boone? What was that guy's name?
Fess Parker.
Fess Parker.
Fess Parker was Daniel Boone.
All right, because my mother used to watch that show religiously. She
I'm
must have
very
had a thing
sharp
for
tonight.
Fess Parker.
That was Fess.
it's in the westerns, right? Daniel Boone
Yeah.
and right?
They used to have a brand of sneaker when I was a kid called Daniel Boone. You could get these. They had a little picture of him on the side.
Who was Davy Crockett?
Who played Davy Crockett? I don't know.
Because I remember the song in Back to the Future. Davy Crockett.
Yeah, it was a
king
big, it was a
of the
very
wild
big
frontier.
It was a very, very big song back in the day. You hear that when you go down to Disney and you go to the Hoop-Dee-Doo musical review. You ever
Okay.
been to the Hoop-Dee-Doo musical review?
Can't say as I have. No.
Anybody?
Yep, I've been there.
Oh, well, back in the day, you would have loved it because you go in, you pay one price, and it's like bottomless buckets of fried chicken and potatoes and everything, and free draft beer. Well, not free, but you just pay one price and you get as much as you want. Cornbread, skillet
I love
cornbread, and
cornbread.
all that. I mean, and they put on this great show, and a lot of it's these frontier songs. I know they sing Davy Crockett in there too.
Awesome.
I'm gonna try to go there next January when I go back down to Orlando.
Maybe we'll have to make a hunt down there.
I'm telling you, that place is something else.
The Yapple Dapple Bunch invades Florida.
Yep.
You ever been to Quincy? You ever been to Florida?
No.
Oh,
Why not?
I just haven't. Cost money to travel to do anything.
Okay,
let alone-
as a kid, you didn't go down there to Disney World?
no.
What a deprived youth you had then, huh?
if we really get ambitious for a road trip, we should go to that hotel south of the border.
Where is that?
I think it's in South Carolina for some reason.
And what is there?
A big giant Mexican. You go up in his hat and everything. They were trying to close it down because it was racial appropriation, but it's lasted. And I'm telling you, you probably saw the bumper stickers when you were growing up.
I have. South of the border.
Yeah, that's the
Okay,
place.
I know exactly what you're talking about.
South of the border motorhome. It's in Hammer, South Carolina.
Hammer, South Carolina.
Yeah, look at some of. I mean, if you look this up later, but I mean, the place looks really nice. But my brother-in-law went in there; he wouldn't stay. Look at that big giant King Kong statue. All the real classy stuff we like.
Do they have? Is it all Mexican food there, or is it just a
No,
statue?
no. See, that's the big, very
Oh
iconic
wow,
neon
there it is.
sign.
I see it. I know exactly what you're talking about. He's bowling.
That's Pedro, and you can go up into his hat.
The soccer player?
No.
No, that was Pele.
Oh, okay.
And there's a fireworks store right there. You can light fireworks off and everything. And I don't know. This place would look really cool.
Wait a minute. That wasn't in the movie Dutch, was it? Remember the movie?
It was in some
No.
movie. I don't know.
Yeah, it was definitely in some movie. Look at the fireworks.
Look at
The bins of
Oh
fireworks.
my goodness. It kind of looks like old Chinatown in Boston back in 1987.
Yeah. So that place would be an epic, of course. But then, you know what the most epic would be? The Clown Motel outside of Pahrump, Nevada. The haunted Clown Motel. Have you ever looked up the Clown Motel?
No, but I know about Pahrump, Nevada.
Well, okay.
Not only, you reside out there from time to time,
Yeah,
but it was the
yeah.
home of Art Bell.
Yep. Let me see. The Clown. Jeff, you got to look up the Clown Motel.
I've heard of it. Yeah.
This is, there's definitely YouTube videos out there, but it is world famous. It's Tonopah, Nevada. Tonopah.
And it's haunted by clowns?
It's haunted by someone. There's a lot of stories about how it's haunted, and they kind of tell you, you stay at your own risk.
Is John Wayne Gacy's ghost out there?
It could be, but the whole thing is very clown themed. It's
Doink the clown out there?
Clowns are scary as it is, but
Oh, yeah. Oh, man, look at this place. I'm not even afraid of clowns, but
there's a graveyard right across the street.
of
too.
dead clowns.
Well, that
Well, Jeff,
remains
you
to
should
be
bring your
seen.
dad there since he beat up Willie Whistle that time.
Yeah,
Best story ever.
Father, I don't think it'd like coming there too much, but I wouldn't mind checking the place out.
Is it like the Bazooko Circus out in Vegas?
I mean, it's just when you look through these pictures, all the doors have clowns on them. Everything's painted very colorful.
So basically, it looks like some screwed up amusement park.
I mean, look at this room. This. I don't know what this is, but this is in the hotel. Does that not elicit fear?
That's a room? You can rent that?
I don't know. That might be the dining room. I don't know, but that's a picture of somebody.
That looks like somewhere someone like we've been, kept hostage for a while.
yeah.
Thrown in, old hot dogs that Quincy didn't want with
It looks
chili
like
on
the
them.
room after the mass shooting. They took all the furniture out.
Yeah, evidence.
I mean, all the rooms have like pictures of clowns and stuff.
Oh,
like
that's screwy. You know what this looks like? This looks like something out of a Hunter S. Thompson novel.
Yeah.
I would not stay at this place.
Well, we have to.
I mean, I'll go to it, but I'm not going to stay overnight.
Oh, come on.
I'll stay in the Winnebago. That's all I need is some.
See, that would be a trip.
Some
That would-
deranged clown to attack me in the middle of the night.
The Clown Motel.
The Clown Motel.
That's on the wish list.
All right, well, when we go out to next time we go out to Vegas, we should take a little trip south.
I think we have to.
But I think during during October, the Halloween season, we should take a trip over to Salem and check out the
that's a good
Salem
idea.
Witch Museum.
Okay, I did that.
And I've also always wanted to check out Lizzie Borden's place.
Yeah.
Okay, I did that this past October with Colonel Bull Montana and our friend from Canada.
Yeah.
Word of advice: if you're gonna go real early in the morning on a Friday.
Yeah.
Because by noon it looks like Grand Central Station. You can't move.
Oh wow.
So
Don't
this
go
was
early in October.
this was the week before Halloween.
Yeah, you go early in
It
October.
was insane.
Oh okay.
So if you want to do it, like Bittman says, go like October 1st through 5th. Other than that, forget it. You ain't getting any parking. You ain't gonna get anywhere near it.
yeah.
It's
all right.
insane.
But that would be a good day trip for the show.
But isn't that where is Lizzie Borden's house also in the Salem area?
No, she's from Fall River.
That's
okay.
right. That's right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, but there's a bed and bath place out there where you can you can go take
They actually have a statue of Bewitched.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Oh, in Salem, yeah. They have a Samantha in Salem
They do.
Square. I do.
Someone desecrated it a couple of years ago by throwing like red paint or something.
Some
on
Christian organization, I think.
it. I mean, I saw it there. It looks just like her.
Yeah.
I mean, Salem is an awesome town. I love going to Salem, not just in October for the witches and whatnot, but there's a lot of history up in Salem.
Sea level oyster. Now that's an upscale seafood restaurant.
Well, we know Quincy won't be going to that.
Yeah. That's upscale. That's nice.
Anything over $8 and Quincy's packing it in. Look at him right there. What are you doing?
Nothing. Just
You're arching your back there, thinking you're the king of all hot dogs.
He's
over
at
there.
ease. He's comfortable.
just lounging for a moment.
You're content.
You are content, Quince. So, Quince, no, we all pick places. Where would you want to go?
I don't know. If we're gonna try another place one day, I suppose that pepperoni pizza place you've been telling us.
Okay,
about.
we've already suggested, but where do you want to go? If you had a place that you always wanted to go to, or have been to a place many times and think we need to go to it, where would it be?
You say you want to go to a place that's far away, right?
No, it doesn't
Not
have to be far away.
necessarily.
Doesn't have to be far away at all.
All right, then Sonic.
I've never been to a Sonic.
You want to go to a fast food joint? Okay.
It's not fast food.
Yes, it is.
Because actually, it was good. Someone took me there for once at my birthday, and
You want to go because the waitresses are on roller skates, right?
well, that too.
Yeah, look at the smile on his face over there. You old king of roller world.
But the chili dogs were good, and
Back to the chili dogs, huh?
if they do have like old school rolly skates,
They do.
Roller
That's what
skates.
you want to go there.
rolly
That's-
skates.
Now, see, that would be cool because we could sit in our car and order it, and they roller skate out.
Yeah.
That's something definitely I think we should do.
All right.
Well,
so-
we're talking about some old school. Does it remind you of a certain movie?
American Graffiti.
Yeah. That way we can have some fun and.
okay. All right. So everybody wants to go to these exotic places that no one's ever heard of. Quincy wants to go to Sonic.
I've never been.
Well, there's one right up on Route 1.
Yeah,
So
gotta
we can hop up there. No questions asked.
Yeah, but call in advance on not warm somebody. Make sure they have the waitress with the rolly skates.
I'm sure they'll be there for you.
What if some wildebeest comes out on the roller skates? Something looking like Roseanne Barr or something comes rolling out.
Wouldn't that be awesome?
Well,
Not really.
no, not really.
But see,
That's
the fact
another-
that he thinks it's awesome makes me smile.
You want to see someone like Abby rolling out on roller skates.
Well, someone gave me the heads up. That they called, looked us up, and it's like would like to meet a guy named yours truly. So get ready. So
Your name is yours truly? Wow.
Well, yeah. So get ready. She's up. I got word that she's making her way down here. And last time I was.
Your luck will have Babu Yapple Dapple coming out on roller skates. Victor.
Yeah. Well,
Victor's moonlighting up at Sonic.
Well, we might meet some of these nice people. We're lucky and yabble dabble. And if we go in there,
I think this is catching on.
why not? We'll have some fun and why not?
All right, so there we go. All right, so we have a seafood place, we have a pizza joint, and Sonic.
And Sullivan's.
And
But
Sullivan's.
the question
Keep forgetting
remains,
about Sullivan's.
maybe an expert can tell me. We were talking about seafood. Question remains, to have a real good bowl of clam chowder, who is the expert to say how many big clams you have to break open to make one good-sized bowl of clam chowder?
I don't know, but I think. It sounds like I'm on Hanna-Barbera cartoon there. I stuttered there. I think we should make Sullivan's our next trip.
I think so, because that'll be nice and easy.
It's close.
It's open.
And you ever been to Castle Island, Quincy?
I've heard of it, but what is Sullivan's and what is Castle Island?
Sullivan's is kind of like Kelly's on Revere Beach, but better.
Okay, and
It has all your favorites. It's hot dogs, hamburgers, fried clams. I'm assuming they have clam chowder there.
They do.
And what
very
is-
good clam chowder.
and what is the other place called? Castle Island?
Castle Island.
Well, it's the same place. I mean, after we get our burgers, we can take a nice stroll around the castle.
Yeah,
And,
you would like it. Very outdoorsy.
Castle Island, Quincy. It's like a Revolutionary War base back when the British were coming. That's where they fought out of, was Castle Island. Right on the Atlantic Ocean, right next door to Sullivan's. Like, if the studio here was Sullivan's, Castle Island would be mobile next door.
Do you know what famous author was stationed at Fort Independence?
No,
Edgar Allan Poe.
really?
Yes, and there's a headstone or a marker to commemorate that.
Well, there we go.
And he wrote a story called The Cask of Amontillado.
Amontillado.
And
Yes.
there was a guy walled up.
Yeah, trapped inside the wall and everything.
Now, they say when they were excavating the castle or the Fort Independence back in the day, they found that scenario. There was someone, they found a body chained up within a wall.
You sure it wasn't the Restanis from the North End?
I'm just saying, somebody did it, and they say they wonder either he had heard about it and wrote about it, or he had done it himself. So,
All right. Well, when let's plan the
yeah,
next.
look that up. That's all documented.
Let's plan in April.
And there's also a haunted woman who walks out there called the Woman in Black.
Really?
Supposedly, I've never seen her. All my years living in Southie back in the day, but they say that people have reported seeing the Woman in Black. Well, they're waiting for her husband to return from the sea.
She's not waiting for a clam plate.
No, well, then nowadays you don't have to wait. They got to go in real quick.
Well, damn it, we need to go out there. We need to have the world know about Sullivan's.
Bring out fishing rods. You can fish right off the pier.
That's right. What was that guy's name that we saw fishing?
Willie.
Willie, that guy who caught a stingray down there
that's- yeah, you
about
remember you
7
guys
years
talking
ago. He brought, look at my stingray. I caught a stingray. That thing was huge.
Do you like ice cream cones, Quincy?
Of course.
They have a good ice cream, soft serve, and hand-packed ice cream. They have both there.
We'll talk, and we're talking the best double cheeseburger you're ever going to
yeah.
taste.
And Quincy, this is only about 15 minutes from here.
What's this?
Cheap as hell, too.
Sullivan's, right down in South Boston.
Oh, then that makes it.
Makes it convenient. You can,
Yeah.
we can.
They will take you and break you, but they won't mistake you.
Yep.
Unbelievable.
You can bring out chairs. You can sit under the nice willow trees, get some shade,
Go around passing around stickers, Quincy.
That's true, Vo.
play some frisbee.
We'll have to make an entrance and attract attention, which we're very good at doing.
All right. Well, we will plan that for April.
And we'll walk out to the Sugar Bowl.
The what?
The
See,
Sugar
they don't know
Bowl.
the Sugar Bowl, Jeff.
All right, that's
It's
maybe
2.1 miles around from the Sugar Bowl around Fort Independence and back. 2.1 miles.
Is it a place where they play football or?
No, it's the Sugar Bowl is a pathway that goes around the.
Okay, I walked that then. The day we saw Willie fishing then.
Well, what is?
Yeah, that's probably where you saw people fishing.
Right,
Yeah,
I
big
walked
time
that.
fishing
What is
spot.
it though? What's the Sugar
It's just a
Bowl?
walkway. They
It's a
call it the
path.
Sugar Bowl.
You know how we used to walk that lake up in Wakefield?
Yeah.
It's like that, but you're going around this big castle.
All right. They come up with these names like
Everything has to have a name.
Well, that's all right. Well, it sounds like we all come up with some good ideas. Don't forget our other road trip. Hopefully, that we're going to make one day.
What is that one?
Instead of telling you where it is, I'm going to do the clip where I hope that we get the.
All right, let's see.
I'm telling you, we did this table. That's a shark. And I'm.
That's right.
Yeah, we got to make it down to the vineyard, baby.
right.
And I know what a shark looks like because I see one up close. And you better do something about this one because I didn't have to go through the hell again.
All right, the best time to go down to that place is in October. After the summer, when all, the summer things come down here in June. You don't have one thing on here I ordered. A beach umbrella.
The Sun Lounger.
So we'll have to go down in October, Quincy.
Let Paulie do the printing.
And what's wrong with my printing? Let Paulie do the printing.
All right, well, we will definitely do that this October. We are running out of time here.
Yeah, this is a long.
On
Come
the
up with a
after hours,
lot of good ideas here on this broadcast. We're going to have to give this broadcast a 10.
I think you're right.
Unbelievable. On behalf of everybody here around the table, South Boston Jeff, Quincy Brisco, Ricky Bittman, this is TC Restani, and this is After Hours, and we what?
We never close.
Thank you for watching. Go home safely, drive safely, and we hope you'll watch us again. Thank you.